The episode opens at Dubai Airport with Sam getting ready to board his flight to London. Meanwhile, Alec is running extremely late for the same flight. But just as he arrives, a gate agent named Neela calls him over for security checks so he can make it on time. However, when he reaches the gate, he finds it already closed. The agent tells him it's too late. He won't be able to board. Alec panics and begs her to let him through because he has to travel. But she refuses at first. Sam notices what's happening and steps in to help. He convinces the agent to let Alec aboard since the plane hasn't moved yet. She eventually agrees. Both of them make it to the aircraft, heading to their seats. Captain Robin welcomes everyone. He informs the passengers the flight will be about 6 hours until they land in London. The plane takes off. The flight attendants begin the usual safety demonstration. Sam, meanwhile, is texting his ex-wife Marsha. He's annoyed by the guy sitting next to him, Hugo. Hugo has his phone volume ridiculously loud. Sam politely asks him to turn it down. Marsha receives Sam's message, but completely ignores it. She's with her boyfriend Daniel at the moment. Hugo tries to make conversation. He tells Sam he works in marketing. But Sam shuts him down. He asks him to put on a movie so he can enjoy the flight peacefully. Hugo gets embarrassed and apologizes. A little girl named Naomi heads to the restroom. While she's inside, she notices a bullet lying on the floor. Terrified, she quickly returns to her seat. She shows it to her friends, who also begin to panic silently. Marcus, one of the passengers, walks by and notices Naomi looking terrified. He asks her what's wrong, so she shows him the bullet she found. He tells her not to say a word to anyone. He promises he'll report it to the flight crew himself. Marcus then heads to a flight attendant named Divya. He asks to go up to business class, claiming he needs to talk to a relative. She refuses, reminding him that passengers can't wander around the plane like that. But Marcus insists and slips past her anyway. He approaches a man named Stuart. He quietly tells him that a bullet has fallen out from someone in the group. And that's when we realize there's a dangerous hijacking team on this flight. They're preparing for a major operation. Stuart tells Marcus he's going to put on the green cap. It's a signal for the rest of their team that it's time to move the plan forward. He orders Marcus to go back to the girl and her friends and reassure them. Tell them the crew handled it. Anything to keep them calm and prevent them from talking to anyone else. Sam notices the tension in their conversation from a distance. He's sensing something is definitely off. Marcus returns to Naomi. He tells her everything is fine. The crew said the bullet belongs to a soldier on board. It must have fallen out while he was in the restroom. Naomi seems slightly relieved, but her friend Muna doesn't buy it at all. She says it's impossible. No passenger is ever allowed to carry a weapon on a plane, soldier or not. Marcus gets annoyed and walks away. Muna decides she's calling a flight attendant herself to get real answers. Meanwhile, Stuart gets out of his seat again. Only this time, he's holding a bag. Sam immediately notices the bag in Stuart's hands. He heads to a flight attendant. He asks if the crew has been handing out any bags to the passengers. She looks confused and tells him no. Nothing has been distributed yet. Sam thanks her and starts walking down the aisle. He keeps his eyes on the passengers. That's when he sees several people carrying the exact same bag Stuart has. His suspicion grows. Then suddenly, one of them, a woman named Jamie, stands up. She pulls out a gun and threatens everyone on board. Sam quickly slips into an empty seat. All the hijackers reveal themselves, one by one, armed and ready. Panic spreads through the cabin. People are screaming, crying, frozen in fear. Divya, the flight attendant, tries to sneak toward the cockpit to warn the captain. She wants to alert air traffic control, but Stuart is already waiting for her with a gun pointed right at her head. Jamie warns everyone. If she sees anyone move from their seat, she'll take them out on the spot. At the same time, another hijacker, Jaden, is shouting orders in Arabic. He's scaring the passengers even more. Two guys whisper to each other. One assumes the hijackers must be Arab terrorists, but the other hesitates, pointing out that the woman leading them speaks perfect English. She doesn't even look Middle Eastern. Sam overhears them but stays focused. He gently asks her name. She whispers, Amanda. Meanwhile, back at Dubai Airport, Neela receives a frantic call from her husband. He sounds completely unstable. He begs her to come home right now. Back on the plane, First Officer Anna tries to reach any of the flight attendants, but no one responds. Suddenly, Arthur, one of the crew members, hears the cabin phone ringing. He quietly answers. He explains to Anna what's happening, but Janie catches him and threatens to shoot. Arthur immediately hangs up the phone. He raises his hand slowly. Anna informs Captain Robin about everything Arthur just told her. Suddenly, they both spot Stuart standing right outside the cockpit door. They contact Dubai Airport to report the hijacking. But meanwhile, another hijacker named Lewis starts collecting all the passengers' phones. Stuart approaches a flight attendant named Colette. He orders her to speak to the captain. He wants Robin to open the cockpit door. At first, Anna answers, but the hijackers insist they want to speak to Robin. When he talks to them, Robin refuses to open the door, until Stuart starts threatening Colette's life. Not only that, he reveals that he knows a personal secret. Robin and Colette are having an affair. Robin freezes, shocked that they somehow know everything about him. Colette begs Robin to open the door before they kill her. He's torn, panicking. He doesn't know what to do until he finally breaks. When Robin goes to unlock the door, Anna desperately tries to stop him. She fights him, begging him not to open it, but Robin forcefully pushes her back. He hits her just to get her off him. With one final move, he opens the cockpit door. Stuart rushes inside with Colette. He points the gun at Robin. He forces him to call Dubai Airport again. This time, Robin tells them everything is fine. The earlier hijacking report was a misunderstanding. The control center is confused, but Robin continues insisting that nothing is wrong aboard the aircraft. Meanwhile, Sam still has his phone hidden. He quickly sends a message to his ex-wife Marsha. He tells her the plane has been hijacked. Armed terrorists are on board. Right after that, Robin, following the hijackers' orders, disables the Wi-Fi system. Still, the message manages to go through. Marsha reads it and panics. She rushes to their son, Kai, to tell him what Sam just sent her. Daniel, her current boyfriend, who turns out to be a detective, asks what Sam does for a living. He wants to know why terrorists would hijack a plane with him on it. They tell Daniel that Sam is a professional negotiator. He's the guy companies hire when they need someone who can secure the best deals. He closes any negotiation successfully. Meanwhile, on the plane, Sam approaches Stuart. He tells him he doesn't care about anyone on board. All he wants is to get home safely to his family. He offers to help the hijackers. He's pretending he's willing to join them if it means survival. Stuart sits with him, but clearly he doesn't trust a word Sam says. When he checks Sam's passport, he becomes even more suspicious. He orders Jamie to take Sam back to his seat. He forces him to unlock his phone so she can check his messages. Sam hands over the phone. We discover he already deleted the message he sent to Marsha. He was fully expecting they would inspect his phone. Just then, two passengers suddenly attack one of the hijackers. They manage to knock his gun to the floor. Chaos erupts. Everyone starts rushing toward the fight, including Sam. He spots the gun and grabs it, but instead of using it, he hands it directly to Stuart. He's trying to gain his trust even further. When Sam returns to his seat, he tries talking to Hugo again. But Hugo refuses to even look at him. He's convinced Sam is now working with the terrorists. Back in London, Daniel calls Zahra, one of his colleagues. She works in counterterrorism. He tells her everything he knows so far. On the plane, Sam tears out a page from the magazine. He writes a message to Stuart. When Stuart opens it, he reads, "The captain is not the problem." Confused, he demands Sam explain himself. Sam tells him that the plane can fly on autopilot. They don't really need the captain. So Robin isn't any kind of threat to them at all. Stuart checks Sam's claim for himself. He forces Robin to explain everything. Then he comes out of the cockpit. He seats the captain back among the passengers. Sam sits down and pretends to be playing video games on the screen. Only we discover the game can be played with another passenger. Sam deliberately picks the seat Robin is in, so they can play together. They use the in-game chat to talk. Through that chat, Sam learns they're now entering Iraqi airspace. The Iraqi military will likely try to make contact with the aircraft. Meanwhile, Zahra calls her colleagues, trying to confirm the flight's identity. The aircraft is listed as Kingdom. They tell her they already received a warning from the plane, but the captain later called back saying it was a false alarm. Zahra's friend reassures her the flight is fine, yet the Dubai air traffic controller remains uneasy. He starts checking surveillance cameras to review who boarded this flight. Then he notices Neela, the check-in agent, receive a phone call. She runs away terrified. Daniel rings Marsha to calm her. He tells Kai everything was just a false report. Marsha explodes with anger. She says Sam always causes trouble. Kai listens silently. Back on board as they cross into Iraqi airspace, the Iraqi military begins contacting them. So Sam pressures them to respond immediately. He warns that ignoring the calls could be treated as a security breach. It would put everyone at risk. Stuart orders Jamie to bring Anna so she can respond to the Iraqi Air Force. But Sam immediately tells them that the Iraqi military would never accept an answer from the first officer. They'd want the captain to speak to them directly. He warns that if the Iraqis feel threatened or unsure about the plane's identity, they'll scramble fighter jets. They could shoot them down with missiles. Despite Sam's warning, Stuart insists Anna will answer. As soon as Anna responds to the call, the Iraqi military asks if she's the captain. She reluctantly claims she is. She tells them the aircraft's name, Kingdom. The Iraqi defense quickly pulls up all the data on the flight. They discover that the assigned captain's name is Robin Allen. This means Anna is lying. She tells them Robin isn't in the cockpit right now. She's filling in for him. The Iraqi side then demands to speak with Robin immediately for security reasons. Robin refuses, refusing to move or speak. Sam tries to convince him, but he still refuses. So Sam threatens Colette's life, forcing Robin to comply. Robin finally steps up and identifies himself. He gives his full name and date of birth. When asked if the aircraft is safe, he tells them everything is under control. He apologizes for the delayed response. He claims they were dealing with radio issues. The Iraqis buy it. They allow the plane to proceed. But while standing there, Robin secretly presses a hidden switch without anyone noticing. Meanwhile, in London, Alice arrives late for her shift in the air traffic control center. She learns there was a hijack alert earlier, but it was marked as a false alarm, so she decides to double-check everything herself. When Alice hears from her boss, Simon, that the captain reported they were in danger, she grows suspicious. A passenger sent a message to his ex saying the plane is hijacked. This can't be a false alarm, especially because the plane's Wi-Fi was suddenly shut off. They check the flight path. They see it has veered slightly. This confirms there's definitely something wrong. We later learn that the deviation happened because Robin pressed a hidden switch while standing up. He left a signal for air traffic control that they were in danger. Meanwhile, the Dubai air traffic officer goes to Neela's house. He finds the front door unlocked. Cleaning staff are inside. He asks where the homeowners are. They say they're cleaning the upstairs. So he goes up. He's horrified to find Neela and her husband dead in the bathroom. As he reacts, one of the cleaners turns on him. He murders him as well. Alice calls Zahra and tells her everything she's discovered. The Kingdom flight is in danger. Zahra rushes to the counterterrorism office. She files an urgent alert. A plane in danger will land in London in about 8 hours. They must act now. Back on board, Sam overhears two passengers, Yusuf and Rashida, arguing. Another passenger explains that Rashida is fighting with her husband. He discovered the hijackers' guns are actually fake replicas. The man says loudly that he can tell the difference. He served in the Egyptian army. He knows weapons well. Lewis, one of the hijackers, warns them to keep their voices down. Sam, trying to calm the situation, tells the man the reason he was speaking loudly is because he wanted to contact his grandchildren. He felt his life might end. The others were trying to soothe him. After Lewis walks away, Hugo quietly tells Sam that he's convinced the guns are fake. Earlier, when they fired shots, no one was hurt. There was no damage to the plane at all, which makes no sense. Sam tries to calm him down. He insists that no one would hijack a plane with fake weapons. Hugo decides to go to the restroom pretending to feel sick. Inside, he pulls out a tissue and a pen. He writes a message on it. As he walks out, he drops the tissue near the passengers, so someone can find it. A woman picks it up and reads Hugo's note. The terrorists' guns are fake because the bullet fired earlier was never found. If anyone finds it, turn on the reading light as a sign. She starts searching the floor for the bullet, but Lewis spots her. She quickly says she's just looking for her glasses. Jamie then storms over and yells at everyone. She reminds them no one moves from their seat. Hugo returns to Sam and explains what he did. Sam tells him that was reckless and extremely dangerous. The passenger couldn't find any bullet. She didn't turn on the reading light, which only proves Hugo's theory. The guns are fake. Just then, Stuart comes over. He forces Robin to the cockpit again. The plane is entering Turkish airspace. The Turkish Air Force is calling them. Robin identifies himself. The Turkish military immediately informs him the aircraft has deviated from its assigned route. Robin panics. Terrified Stuart might realize what he's been trying to do, so he quickly tells them he'll correct the flight path right away. Meanwhile, one of the passengers, Nasir, starts feeling really sick. He has diabetes and needs his insulin. He asks Jaden if he can get his medication from his bag, but Jaden refuses. He orders him to sit still. He threatens him and everyone around with his gun. At the same time, the Counterterrorism Command Center gathers to assess all the evidence they have. They decide their next move. Alice joins them via video call. She explains how the aircraft's flight path is zigzagging rather than straight. It's a clear-coded signal from the pilot that they're in danger. Meanwhile, on the plane, Robin continues communicating with Sam through the in-flight game chat. He informs him he was forced to correct the aircraft's course, but when Stuart catches a glimpse of the screen, Robin quickly clears the message. Stuart becomes furious and punches him. Sam tries to step in, but Stuart threatens to kill him if he intervenes again. He then orders Jamie to shut down all passenger screens immediately. While the hijackers are distracted, flight attendant Arthur secretly approaches Sam and Hugo. He tells them that earlier a young girl had found a bullet in the lavatory. She tried to report it before everything escalated. Sam then asks the woman beside him to get Yusuf's attention. He wants Yusuf to draw 2 sketches, one of a real bullet and one of a fake round. Yusuf quickly sketches both. Now Sam needs a plan to get the drawings to Naomi so they can confirm what she saw. When the flight attendants start distributing water, Sam discreetly passes the sketches to Divya. She hands them to Arthur. Arthur manages to get them to Naomi. He tells her in a low voice, if the bullet she found matches the real one, do nothing. But if it matches the fake one, turn on the reading light. Naomi and her friends compare the drawings. With wide eyes and shaking hands, they switch on their lights. Arthur returns to Sam. He discreetly signals that the bullets are fake. Sam shares the news with Hugo, whispering, everything just changed. Daniel calls Zahra again. He asks for the full passenger list of the Kingdom flight. He's convinced that once he checks the names, he'll find someone with a criminal record. This could help identify the hijackers. Zahra insists they're already doing that themselves. She can't send him any classified information. Later, Zahra calls her friend Heidi to ask if she found anything useful on the passengers. But Heidi has nothing, no suspicious intel at all. Zahra then makes a risky decision. She sends the classified passenger file to Daniel. She knows he's a skilled investigator. He can help her faster than anyone. Not long after, Daniel calls back with a breakthrough. There are 5 names with no records in the National Civil Registry. Completely untraceable, Zahra gathers the team. She shows them the faces of those 5 ghosts. These are their terrorists. Back on the plane, Nasir can't wait any longer. He opens his bag to get his uncle's insulin. Jaden immediately jumps on him, attacking violently. The whole cabin erupts into chaos, passengers screaming, struggling, panic taking over. Sam realizes this is the perfect moment for his plan. While everyone is distracted, he slips away. He hides and ambushes Marcus. A brutal fight breaks out between the two. Marcus threatens him with a gun, but Sam boldly tells him they know the bullets are fake. Right then, Stuart loads real ammo into his pistol. He shoots a woman, killing her instantly. Terror floods the cabin. Screams everywhere. Stuart fires into the air. He threatens to kill another hostage if anyone else dares move or speak. He orders Arthur to pick up the microphone. He tells him to calm the passengers immediately or more people will die. Marcus forces Sam to tie his own hands and restrain himself. Right then, Stuart notices that the Romanian Air Force is contacting the plane. They've just entered Romanian airspace. They're warning that if the aircraft doesn't respond immediately, they will take severe action. Meanwhile, Jaden orders Nasir to clean up the mess first. Then he can give his uncle the insulin. Back in London, Daniel officially joins Zahra's task force. The UK Foreign Secretary, Louise, is present as well. The Romanian Foreign Minister calls Louise. He informs her that a British plane is approaching their airspace. It's refusing to respond. This forces them to consider military engagement. On the plane, Lewis is in serious pain. He's still bleeding from the stab wound Nasir gave him earlier. Flight attendant Divya tries to help, but Sam points out it's a stab injury. It needs proper medical attention. Divya asks over the PA if there's a doctor on board, but no one answers. Sam offers to help her because she can't treat the wound alone. Lewis reluctantly agrees. Moments later, Romanian fighter jets surround the Kingdom aircraft. They instruct the crew that if the plane cannot respond due to a radio malfunction, they must signal. Rock the wings, flashlights, anything to show compliance. The hijackers then order all passengers to close their window shades. Jamie turns to Stuart, panicking. She says the jets might shoot them down, but Stuart dismisses her fear. He insists a British airliner would never be attacked. That would escalate into full-on war. Elsewhere on the plane, Colette seats with Anna and the 2 passengers being held hostage. One of them tells Colette they must signal the fighter jets somehow. Romania might destroy the plane if they believe it poses a threat to their country. Colette decides to take action. She gets up, takes a passenger seat, and opens the window shade, so the Romanian fighter pilots can see inside the aircraft. It works. They immediately spot her. They witness Jaden violently assaulting her. They clearly see the weapon in his hand. Robin tries to convince Jamie to let him signal the jets so they don't fire missiles at the plane. She refuses. Then Stuart comes over. Robin warns him that the jets will attack if they get no response. That is a certainty. Stuart finally relents. He allows Robin to try communicating, but Robin quickly discovers the radio system is damaged. Stuart had broken it earlier. Meanwhile, Sam is still with Lewis, trying to slow the bleeding. As Lewis's condition deteriorates rapidly, he tells Sam to take his phone out of his pocket. He wants to call his mother one last time. Sam then notices the phone suddenly has internet connection. Sam dials Lewis's mother. Lewis speaks to her with tears in his eyes, saying goodbye. He tells her he'll never see her again. He loves her so much. His breathing becomes weaker with every word. Marcus searches for medication to help Lewis. Jaden tells him to try the passengers dressed in white. He assumes they're Arab and might have medicine. But all they have is insulin. Marcus then stands in the aisle. He begs everyone for any kind of painkiller or sedative, but nobody responds. He snaps, screaming at them, threatening. The entire cabin falls deeper into fear. At that exact moment, Marsha receives a message from an unknown number. We then realize Sam recorded a voice message for her. He let her hear what's happening with Lewis. He's hoping she'll understand that he truly is in danger. Marsha calls Daniel and tells him everything. Daniel asks her to send the recording immediately. He takes it to Zahra and the rest of the team. By tracing the phone number, they pull up information about Lewis. They discover that all 5 hijackers are actually British nationals. Zahra uses that intel to notify Romania's interior minister. They realize Britain, not Romania, is the target. Back on the plane, Sam keeps calling for a doctor. A passenger named David stands up. He's a doctor and rushes to help. Outside, the fighter jets are preparing to fire missiles at the kingdom. But a last-minute order from the minister calls them off. When Marsha returns home, she finds Kai has left the house. Meanwhile, an unknown man hands Romania's interior minister a sealed envelope. It contains the terrorists' demands. The minister tells his aide to call Louise, the UK Foreign Secretary, at once. On board, Stuart orders everyone to sit back down and stay away from Lewis. After Sam returns to his seat, he sketches the Hungarian flag. He shows it to Hugo, signaling he has a plan that could get them out of this. At the Romanian Interior Ministry, the aide reviews security footage from the location where the envelope was delivered. He wants to identify who handed it over. At the counterterrorism office, they read the demands aloud. The hijackers insist Britain free Edgar and John, 2 men jailed in a major weapons case. They're labeled extremely dangerous criminals. They warn that if their demands aren't met, they will kill everyone on the plane. On the plane, Sam tries to convince Stuart that they must land in the next country, Hungary. They need to save Lewis's life because he's running out of time. Sam also mentions he now knows Stuart and Lewis are brothers. Stuart says the doctor claimed Lewis was stable, but Sam argues the doctor only said that out of fear. The truth is Lewis won't survive the rest of the journey. He has less than an hour left. Stuart threatens that if Sam is lying, he'll kill a passenger. He matches over to David, the doctor, to confirm. Sam quickly rushes to Divya. He tells her to talk to David immediately. She must instruct him to say less than an hour. She does. When Stuart walks in and asks the doctor directly, David confirms it. Stuart realizes Sam wasn't lying. He returns to Jamie and tells her they're landing in Hungary. Jamie strongly objects, saying it's far too risky. But Stuart makes the call. Sam then approaches Anna and asks if she speaks Hungarian. She says she can, but she assures him most Hungarians speak English anyway. Sam explains he needs her to convince Hungarian authorities to allow them to land. She must make it clear there are criminals on board, so they take the threat seriously. He brings Anna to the cockpit with Stuart and Robin so she can be briefed on exactly what to say. She then demands Robin be removed from the cockpit. She refuses to share a room with him. Anna contacts the Hungarian air control. She requests emergency landing clearance. She tells them they have a critically injured passenger who needs medical care. She promises they will depart again immediately after. Throughout the call, Jamie's eyes stay locked on Anna. She's deeply suspicious of her intentions. Jamie tells Anna to continue in English so Hungarian authorities can fully understand the situation. As the plane begins its descent, Marcus rushes to Stuart. He warns him they can't land. This would change the entire plan. If their bosses find out, there will be severe consequences. He begs Stuart to reverse the decision. He insists Lewis is stable now and no longer needs medical attention. Sam steps in, trying to calm Marcus down. But Marcus panics and reveals something shocking. If the plane lands, their families will be killed. Sam freezes, asking what their families have to do with any of this. Marcus admits their bosses took their passports. They threatened their loved ones. That's why none of them can deviate from the original plan, not even slightly. Sam rushes to Stuart. He tells him landing must be cancelled. Stuart should hear it from Lewis himself. But when Stuart goes to check on his brother, Lewis is already dead. Sam immediately contacts Divya. He instructs her to inform the cockpit, abort the landing. Meanwhile, Daniel manages to track down Lewis and Stuart's mother. She reveals that if she tells them who her sons are working for, she'll be killed. She's being watched and hunted by dangerous people. She excuses herself, saying she needs a tissue. But Daniel realizes too late she's trying to escape. She throws herself into the street. She kills herself rather than betray whoever is behind the hijacking. Back in Dubai, neighbors report Neela missing. Cleaners were seen leaving her home suspiciously. Police storm the house. The disturbing details quickly hit the news. The counterterrorism unit sees the photos of the murdered victims. At that same moment, Kai is at his father Sam's home. Suddenly, armed cleaners break in holding guns. The armed men tear through the house searching for Kai, but he manages to hide just in time. Meanwhile, the government agrees to release Edgar and John. A car is waiting outside the prison to pick them up. Edgar warns the prison warden. If anyone follows them, every passenger on that plane will die. Unknown to them, the car has a tracker installed. Counterterrorism Command is secretly monitoring their route. They also deploy 3 surveillance vehicles to keep eyes on them, one of which is Daniel's. But Edgar quickly realizes they're being tailed. He abruptly stops in the middle of the road. He walks directly to Daniel and hands him a phone. Edgar speaks on that phone and makes it clear, if anyone continues to follow them, the passengers on the plane will be executed. Command responds by launching drones to track Edgar and John from the sky instead. Back on the plane, Stuart receives a message from Edgar. He orders him to kill another passenger and send photographic proof. He informs Jamie they choose Divya as the next victim. They sneak up behind her, planning to strangle her. But Sam catches them in the act. He steps in and says there's no need to kill anyone else. Stuart already killed a passenger. They move to the woman's corpse. Jamie orders Sam to sit the body upright. He places a note on her with the plane's name. Divya is forced to take a picture of the woman. Seconds later, Edgar calls Daniel. He coldly tells him he's about to prove his threats were real. Daniel insists on continuing surveillance. Edgar hangs up and sends the picture taken aboard the aircraft. Daniel is horrified. He forwards the image to Zahra, who shows it to the entire team. Shock and panic wash over the room. The hijackers are deadly serious. Sam speaks quietly with Hugo. He's worried they'll be forced to stage another corpse photo. This would mean anyone could be next. They agree they need a plan to take control of the plane and save themselves. Sam slips Hugo's hand into his pocket. Hugo secretly pulls out a pair of scissors. He'd swiped them from the first aid kit amid the chaos. Hugo uses the scissors to start freeing his bound hands. When Stuart walks by, they quickly hide the tool. They make it look like Hugo's still restrained while Sam keeps his own hands tucked away. Meanwhile, journalist Felix meets a man named Devlin at an empty bar. Devlin tells him to run a story claiming Kingdom Airlines stock has crashed. He must publish it within 30 minutes. If Felix refuses, Devlin threatens to expose him as a paid peddler of scandal. Devlin then calls Edgar to confirm the job is done. Edgar phones Daniel. He reports the route is blocked. The road ahead is full of police. It's clear Edgar ordered the obstruction to delay any tailing vehicles until the plane lands. He warns that as long as people keep following them, he will start killing passengers. Daniel tries to reason with him, but Edgar slams the line shut. Daniel urgently calls Zahra. He begs her to pull the police off the road. They must let Edgar pass because lives on the plane are at stake. Back on board, Sam scribbles a short message on a juice carton. He slips it into circulation among the passengers. The note calls for unity. They must band together and fight to protect themselves if they hope to survive the hijackers. But Jaden notices the notes. He grabs a juice carton and hands it to Jamie. She shows it to Stuart. Stuart immediately suspects Hugo. He'd seen the pen with him earlier. Stuart opens the new message from Edgar. It orders another passenger killed. He points at the note. The next victim will be that man. Sam stands up and insists it wasn't Hugo. He shows Stuart the pen in his own hand as proof. At the counterterrorism office, a fierce argument erupts between Louise and Neil. Louise wants the police to stand down. She wants to comply with Edgar's demands to protect the passengers' lives. But Neil insists they must strike. These are dangerous criminals. They can't just let them escape. When Neil orders the police to raid Edgar's car as it arrives at the airport, they find the vehicle empty. Edgar and John have tricked the police. They went into the woods by foot. Back at Sam's house, Kai finds a landline hidden under the bed. He tries to use it to call for help, but he's too scared to speak with the armed intruders nearby. He presses the emergency number anyway. The operator understands there's a threat. On the plane, things spiral out of control. Sam lunges at Stuart and knocks him down. The gun falls. Sam reaches for it, but Stuart stops him. The weapon discharges. A bullet hits Arthur's leg. Arthur screams in pain. Suddenly, Amanda heads to the lavatory. We see her prepare. She has a gun. When she comes out, she shoots Captain Robin. Then she storms into the cockpit. She locks the door behind her. Amanda sits in the captain's seat. She begins working the controls. It's clear she knows what she's doing. She's a skilled pilot. Sam asks Stuart whether Amanda is one of them. Stuart swears he's never seen her before. The passengers manage to unite. They overpower several members of the gang. They tie them up and seize their weapons. Sam grabs Stuart's pistol. He tries to calm everyone down. When they check the gun Sam took, they find it's the only one loaded with live rounds. This means there's a far bigger problem now. They need a plan fast. Sam asks Jamie to go into the cockpit. He wants her to talk to Amanda to let her know the passengers have taken back control of the cabin. Jamie refuses. She says Amanda is clearly following a backup plan. They don't know her or what she intends to do. Anna goes to fetch her bag. The others learn she has a little girl. Sam decides to use the child as leverage. He tries to pressure Amanda through Anna's daughter, but Amanda suddenly severs the phone line. The passengers then notice the aircraft has changed course. Alice alerts the counterterrorism unit. Kingdom has altered its route. Daniel calls Marsha to check on her and Kai. She tells him Kai went to his father's house. Daniel jumps in his car and races off. He knows Kai could be in danger. At Sam's house, emergency police arrive and ring the bell. One of the gunmen opens the door. He pretends to be a cleaner. The officer believes him and leaves, thinking it was a false alarm. Meanwhile, the second gunman spots Kai. He points a gun at him. Back in the sky, the passengers see fighter jets circling the aircraft. Jets that were ordered to surround them by Neil. He coldly tells Louise that killing 200 people on the plane now would be better than letting the aircraft crash or explode over London. That would kill many more. Louise replies that this isn't her decision. The Prime Minister must decide. All the passengers demand their phones back. They ask Stuart where he hid them. He refuses because the moment they contact the outside world and reveal that a rogue pilot is now in control, the military will shoot the plane down. Anna spots the bag with the collected phones. They soon notice one of them ringing. Sam answers. It's Alice from Air Traffic Control. They manage to reach a number belonging to one of the passengers. She asks to speak with the captain, but Sam lies and says the pilot is injured and unable to respond. Anna, the first officer, is the one flying the plane. He doesn't want Alice to know someone unknown has taken the cockpit. Alice pushes back. She doesn't believe him. She demands the truth if she's going to help them. Sam finally admits a woman named Amanda has seized control. She shot Captain Robin and locked herself inside. Meanwhile, Neil is pushing hard for missile authorization. Louise refuses. She tells him she will not be part of murdering innocent British citizens. Neil argues it's not murder. It's protecting the country from a catastrophic attack. Louise calls the Prime Minister. She pleads with her to call off the strike. She says she'll accept all the consequences, but they cannot shoot down their own people. The Prime Minister agrees. She orders the fighter jets to stand down. The warplanes peel away from the Kingdom aircraft. Elsewhere, Edgar and John sit with a third man. Edgar watches Kingdom Airlines stock price plummet on his phone, almost enjoying it. Suddenly, John walks up to the third man with them. He says, the plan has changed. Without hesitation, he kills Edgar. Then he and John drive off together in a different car. Meanwhile, Daniel calls Kai on his phone, but one of the gunmen forces Kai to answer. He makes him pretend everything is fine. Kai tries to signal that he needs help. He tells Daniel not to come. He says he's going back home. Daniel immediately understands that something is wrong. He contacts Zahra. He requests police backup at Sam's house. Daniel arrives with the police just in time. He rescues Kai. The gunmen are arrested. Back on the plane, the passengers find Amanda's phone. There's a picture of her daughter, Elodie, on it. Sam tries to use the phone to talk to Amanda. He wants to appeal to her through her child. The passengers start trying to break into the cockpit. Amanda reveals she has no choice. Her daughter is being held hostage. If Amanda doesn't follow orders, her little girl will be killed. She explains she is waiting for a message confirming the deal has gone through. Then she will land the plane. But if no message comes, she will crash the aircraft into central London. Sam tells her Stuart admitted something terrifying. The criminals plan to kill her daughter either way. They can't risk leaving a witness alive. Amanda breaks down. The truth hits her hard. She decides to trust Sam. She unlocks the cockpit only for him. Sam enters alone. He begins coordinating with Alice to help guide them for landing. That's when they discover the fuel is critically low. It's dangerously close to running out. Sam needs Amanda to take the controls. She's a trained pilot, but Amanda is overwhelmed, terrified. She's fully convinced she's heading to prison for killing Captain Robin. Sam urges Alice to guarantee Amanda protection. She killed under duress with a gun to her head. Neil joins the call. He has been listening the entire time. He reassures Amanda that she will not be prosecuted. That promise finally gives her enough courage to help. She begins the landing procedure. But suddenly, the aircraft loses all power. Total blackout. Alice urgently instructs Amanda to activate the auxiliary power unit. The plane sharply dives. Passengers scream as terror fills the cabin. It feels like the end. In the chaos, Sam asks Alice to send Marsha a message. Tell her she was right. I shouldn't have taken the flight. The aircraft drops lower and lower until it violently crashes onto the runway. Part of the fuselage breaks apart. Emergency vehicles rush in from every direction. Firefighters and medics swarm the wreckage. They help passengers escape the damaged plane. Amanda hugs Sam, thanking him for saving her and saving everyone. Police take the surviving hijackers into custody. Shocked and trembling, the passengers step off the plane. They barely believe they're alive. As Sam leaves, he suddenly remembers something. He heads back into the aircraft, but Stuart slips inside and locks the doors behind them. Armed and furious, he threatens Sam with the gun. Sam hides, waits for the right moment, then attacks. He overpowers Stuart. The police storm the aircraft and arrest him. And with that, the series comes to an end. If you made it through this entire high-stakes thriller, you just experienced one of the most intense real-time dramas ever made. Smash that like button if Sam Nelson's negotiation skills kept you on the edge of your seat for 7 straight hours. And subscribe because we're breaking down every edge of your seat series and movie out there. What heart-pounding thriller should I recap next? Drop your suggestions in the comments. I read every single one. Thanks for riding this turbulent flight with me, and I'll catch you in the next recap.